Mississippi. Papa was a copper and the mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she would swing a hammer. Price you gotta pay when you break the panorama. She never knew that there was anything more than gold. What in the world does your company?
Hi, my name is Sterling Chergan, and yours is it. I'm from Sterling Tree and Lawn, and I'm out here in beautiful Southampton, New York, to report some bad news. All of our pine trees are going to die. They're all going to die. And there's nothing we can do about it. We're losing our pine barrens to something called the southern pine beetle. It's an itty bitsy teeny tiny bug. I'll try to find one. But I had my buddy come all the way out from Israel to make this movie, and you can take a look at the panoramic pictures that were taken earlier. The entire stands of trees are going to die. Where I'm standing right now, you can see all the life stages of a dead tree. Back in there, you can see it's dead. Here, if you take a look, you can see that the ends of the trees are flagging. It's called flagging because those little dead branches is like a flag saying, look at me, I'm about to die. And unfortunately, you're going to be cutting down all these trees. Now, there are remedies. If you're one of my YouTube followers, you'll see about 4 or 5 years ago, we took a YouTube video of a tree in my backyard that was full of turpentine beetles, and we injected it and fertilized it, and it actually came back great. Well, I want to report that, well, the goat ate the bark off it, and that tree's dead too. So no matter what you do, even if we treat these trees and fertilize them, the goat's going to come and eat the bark off them anyway. So they don't really stand a chance. What people should realize too is that, we have the Pine Barrens and the Pine Barrens Commission and all these things. About 1999, I think, I don't remember what year, it was a long time ago, we had a big fire with the Pine Barrens, and the Pine Barrens all burned down. Now, if you go and take a look at those Pine Barrens, which I think is around exit 60, exit 59 on the Sunrise Highway, those forests look great. But all these standing forests, they're all riddled with beetles, and unfortunately all these trees are going to die. The good news is, once all these trees are dead, you're going to have all this standing brush, and there is going to be a fire, and the entire thing's going to burn, and all the cones are going to open, and then we'll have a new forest. But this forest is shot. And please don't yell at your landscaper or your tree sprayer, my tree died on your watch. No, everything's dying on our watch because the world just had a kilter. When people don't behave the way they're supposed to behave, this is how the earth responds. Back to you, Bill. The culprit that's killing our pine trees is the southern pine beetle. You can see inside here, these are called pitch tubes. There's also turpentine beetles. Honestly, I'm not a beetle expert. I know a little bit about trees. Just people should be aware. What I'm making this movie for is that you stop yelling at your tree sprayer and start calling Carrick's Tree Service to remove these trees. Okay? Inside, what's happening is the tree is trying to push out the borer, which is like a worm. Okay? And it's trying to push the little worm out of the tree. Here we go. That's a big chunk of one. Look, well, I dropped them. You'll just have to take my word for it. You can Google it. Okay? And what happens is the tree dies and it moves on to the next one. We picked this spot because we could see this is just a line of destruction. If you go 800 yards that way east, the trees are still good, but the destruction is going the other way. And what's happening is this tree's done, so it moves to the next one, And you can see live trees and dead trees together. But, in short order, by next year, all these trees will be dead. And I would say by, 2017, it'll be pretty hard to find any of these trees around here until there's the Great Fire of 2021, where the East Quogue Fire Department will get 900 new pieces of equipment, but the pine barrens are still going to burn. You see, this tree has some life. The last tree I was digging in was stone cold dead, and I didn't have much luck finding a live borer. In this tree, you can take a look at these pitch tubes, and my buddy's going to pan up and down. You see this tree still has some life, and you can't tell how bad it is if you're looking from your house. But boy, oh boy. And here he is in all his glory. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but this big white piece of schmurg is the remnants of the flat-headed borer. But that's not what's important. It's just sad. And if you tune in next year, unfortunately, you're going to be reading about, or hearing about, or seeing why all the walnut trees are dying. And in 2 years, you'll be seeing why all the ash trees are dying.